Hello guys, good morning to everyone. This is Nerissa Rilau again. I'm back to my channel and it is a wonderful day to see all of you out there today. I hope you will enjoy listening to my story about Stalin right now and watching my video. But before I go further, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel Pathfinder Reality. Now here I begin. What is the topic that I would like to share to you today? My topic is all about what Stalin means by the year of the Great Turn in 1929. This is only part of one of the Stalin's history that what he did in Russia. As we all know, Stalin in Russia had been known for his being a tyrant dictator leader in his time. This is another year had started for the suffering of the kulaks or the peasants in the year 1929 in Russia. During this time, it is sad to know that this 20th century in the Russian state, Stalin was planning the organized destruction of its own class of citizens known as kulaks. Kulaks are the peasants, the poor farmers, the rich farmers, and kulaks are the workers on the land. They're the one who is digging the land in order to boast the agriculture of Russia at the time. In 1929, all peasants and farmers are forced to give back their land and property and to surrender their cattle to the government or to the state authorities. So by this time, the word "my property" should not be uttered in front of the authorities because the word "my" should become our property. Because if they uttered, they will possess that it is their own possession. It's a sort of you know sort of disrespect for the authority. As we all know, this is a communist country, so this is the time that the true communism activity was being imposed to the poor people, especially to the peasants. This time, Stalin's one commissioner is Molotov, so he ordered Molotov as the head of the commission to impose the grabbing of the land and property of the kulaks by exterminating the leftists. Kulaks were deported to the north, to Europe, to Kazakhstan and Siberia. Those stronger peasants were ordered to till the virgin lands and to remain in where they are, or to go to the forests. Those are the virgin areas in Russia. This is just a kind of manipulating the hardest working peasants by the motive of leader of the state. But the motive actually is for total destruction of the class well-known kulaks in 1929. Now, what are the strategies of Stalin and Molotov to exterminate the kulaks? First, they divide the kulaks into two groups, and they focus on the counter-revolutionary kulak known as the activists. They killed all the activists they exterminated, and the activists were shot to death in the prison camp, while their families were deported to the far distant remote places. The properties of the wealthiest kulaks, because there are rich kulaks and there are poor kulaks. So the properties of the rich kulaks were confiscated by the states, while their family while, are thrown away to the farthest remote areas and infertile areas in Russia. Third, the poor kulaks are evicted and thrown outside the boundaries of the collective farm. So it means to say they were thrown to the far distant area where they had to start their life and cultivating those infertile lands, those virgin land, which is really a hard work and difficult for them to start a new life. All of the peasants were under mercy of the party authorities. The well-off kulaks at this time, because they don't want trouble, most of them they surrender their properties to the government and to the authorities. So the poor kulaks were a little bit annoyed and angry with them, They tried to revolt against the rich Kulaks, and they said yes to the government that they had been used as a sort of military, or uh, they accompany the commissioner to grab more lands, more properties from the rich kulaks by forceful means. The Molotov Commission deported the kulaks families to the Northern Territory, but there in the Northern Territory, as far as we know, only 20,000 of Kolaks can be accommodated, as there are no lights and scarcity of water also in that place. But what did Stalin and Molotov do to the Kolaks? They deported 50,000 families of the Kolaks in the Northern Territory. But we had remembered that only 20,000 should be supposedly goes to the territory. Because all of them cannot be accommodated, there is another strategy that comes up in the mind of Stalin. So Stalin ordered again to destroy the kulaks. Stalin's commission, who helped destroy the kulaks, were also killed by Stalin, as we can remember at the end of the story, in order to keep his secrets against his purges. Because there are some kulaks who write and divulge about the digging of the graves. I mean to say, I'm sorry, there are some commissioners who wrote the diggings of the kulaks graves. So they didn't know by themselves that while they were ordered to dig the graves of the kulaks, there are also another grave near the graves of the kulaks that were dug up, and this is a reserved place for those commissioners. So finally, when the kulaks were massacred and they died, and they they were all put in that graves, Stalin also ordered the 19 kulaks that should be killed and should be destroyed to keep his secrets. The names of Stalin's commissions who were shot to death. This includes Eskarov, Kushor, Varikis, and yeah, 19 of them were killed by Stalin. While his commission were ordering the digging of the kulaks graves, so Stalin was really had a hidden trait of being a traitor, because while just imagine the commissioner had helped him to exterminate the kulaks, and after that he also killed his own citizens, so that nobody will be aware of the massacre that he did to the kulaks. Now this is what happened in the history of Russia in the year 1929, and this is what Stalin means as the year as the year of cold it as the year of the Great Turn in 1929. The year of the Great Turn means the liquidation of more people, more citizens in Russia by forceful means. Hope you you had listened to my video and you like the part 1 story of Stalin on how he had exterminated the kulaks. This is only a part of our history, and I'll be making the next video by next time. The part 2 of this um, history about Stalin and the kulaks. So thank you so much for listening, guys, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. This is Nerissa Rilao, your friendly mentor. I'm happy to be with you today, guys, and this is my channel, the Pathfinder Reality. Thank you to all of you, and have a blessed day to everyone. See you there again next time. Bye.